Hi everyone, welcome to the newest edition of our interview series, a BookTrib and Merrill Moss media production. We are thrilled to be chatting with best-selling, award-winning author Lisa Childs. Lisa has dreamed of being a romance writer since reading her first Harlequin novel at the age of 11. She has written many genres from romance to paranormal. Her latest novel, Beauty and the Bodyguard, was released yesterday, August 9th. And thank you so much, Lisa, for joining us. How excited are you about your new release?
Oh, I'm really excited. I love the Bodyguard series, love my pain protection agency bodyguards. They're also fun to write, and I get to revisit all the old characters in them. So they've been a lot of fun.
Oh, perfect. Can you tell us about the book and what fans of the series can expect?
Well, finally they will see Penny Payne, the Payne family matriarch, gets her love stories, kind of a subplot in here. And Gage Huxton, who was in the last book as the brother of the hero, he had been missing in action. Everybody presumed him dead. Even his girlfriend, who has gone on and gotten engaged to another man, and she thinks he's dead till he shows up at her wedding.
Dun, dun, dun.
So it's an exciting book. It's so fast-paced and fun. It was really fun to write.
Oh, good. So it seems like you brought some characters from your previous books into the Beauty and the Bodyguard.
Yes, I even have some of the, I had an FBI series with Harlequin Intrigue where the FBI bureau chief, Woodrow Lynch, this is actually his daughter who's getting married. So he's in it, makes an appearance, and it's an exciting book. It's kind of along the lines of 24, but less hours than that. It's very short time.
Oh, okay. Well, for those 24 fans, you should check out this book. What was your favorite part about creating the relationship between the bride-to-be Megan Lunch and Gage Huxton?
My favorite part, it's a reunion story, which is always fun because, they had this romance, and she thought he was just using her to get ahead with her dad, who was his boss at the FBI, and she just couldn't believe this guy who was really interested in her. So she'd broken up when he quit the FBI, and he went back to, re-enlisted as a Marine, and had been deployed. So she realized she was wrong, but it was too late at that time because everybody thought he was dead. So it's a real reunion story because he's kind of dead. That's my favorite part of it.
Yeah. Wow, perfect. So this is the fourth book from the Bachelor Bodyguards. Bachelor Bodyguards. Do you find it gets more difficult as the series goes on?
It gets more difficult to kind of limit myself with the characters because the series actually started with Shotgun Weddings and Harlequin Intrigue. So this was the seventh book of the Pain Protection Agency. So yeah, it's kind of keeping everybody straight, okay, because this this series is them continuing on with the people who work for them. This Gage is the first bodyguard to kind of get his own story. He's not a pain like the rest of the bodyguards were all pain family members. So he's the Kaminsky's were kind of related by mishap. The ones that his Christmas Assignment and Bodyguard Daddy were not Paynes either, but they were closely related more so than Gage. So it's expanding the series, so it's really fun. But then I've got to keep track of what color was Cooper's wife's hair and detail.
You must have a huge whiteboard with all the charts on there.
Yeah, that's what I need. You'd think I would do that, but I wind up flipping through and try and remember.
A big family tree of who's connected.
Yes, I need that. I need to be a little bit more organized.
No worries. We're all trying to do that.
Yeah. Well, at least I have a great editor, so everybody helps. It helps me keep track.
And that's all that matters, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a favorite book from the Bachelor Bodyguard series?
I would have to, I really love this book because Penny gets her romance. So this might be my favorite to date. A lot of readers have been asking me about Nikki Payne's story, and I just finished writing that, and I loved that too. So it kind of there's a second part of the series. I've written her book, and then I'm working on another one. So I don't know. It always seems like the one I'm writing at the time is my favorite.
They're all your babies.
Yeah.
Your title, is it possibly inspired by Beauty and the Beast?
I was putting out a lot of different options there, and I think there's a little bit of that. He's kind of, he's been underground for 6 months, missing in action. He's a little bit scarred, a little bit of the beast, in this. Yeah, definitely.
Do you have a favorite Disney movie?
I would be Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah?
I like to
see the irony.
Yeah.
Well, they're making the live action one, so you'll have to go see it.
Oh, that would be really good.
Yeah, with Emma Watson. She'll be Belle.
Oh, she'll be great, Belle.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. It'll be a great movie.
Yep.
So I know that you have written romance, paranormal, and suspense. Do you have a favorite out of the genres?
I love suspense the most, I think, because it's, like this one happening all in this short time span. It was so fast-paced, and, you've got the element of danger, and, they're fast to write, and then they're fast to read, too, because there's so much going on. You don't want to put it down until you find out if they survived, and, who gets shot, and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, definitely suspense is my favorite. And I like the paranormal, too, though. That was fun, because they're kind of I called those my run with scissors books, because anything goes, you can do.
Do you have any favorite paranormal shows that you're watching right now?
I'm trying to think of which ones. I always watch like the real ones, when they're in the haunted house and trying to pick up the stuff on recordings.
What is it, Ghost Adventures maybe, or something like that?
The Ghost Hunter type ones.
Yeah, Ghost Hunters. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
My boyfriend was like always up very late watching those. I was like, you're gonna give me nightmares.
Yeah, they do. I know, because then you'll hear a door creak, and
I don't remember leaving that door open.
Yeah, exactly.
So, seems like you enjoy writing about maybe weddings. Do you watch a lot of TLC shows to get your inspiration?
I loved, the Say Yes to the Dress. I did, I love watching that. That's always so fun. And yeah, I think it was just Penny Payne was the wedding planner in this, and I loved her so much, and I loved keeping her in. Even, it was kind of fun to have the bodyguards and then have the wedding and combine the two with, all her kids are in the bodyguard business, but she's in the wedding business. But, to have them cross paths all the time, and, that's been fun. So, yeah, I like to keep the weddings in there.
And also, I understand that you live in Michigan, actually like on a 15-acre swamp, to be exact.
Well, I moved since then. But yeah, we had quite a few acres and quite a few mosquitoes. I mean, that was pretty much all we grew over there. But
is that why you chose River City, Michigan as the chapel's location?
Well, Grand Rapids, that's kind of because we're on the Grand River. That's kind of the nickname for Grand Rapids is River City. So I used that. That inspired me to kind of keep the city in there. But I have by doing it fictional, I can have my corrupt police department and everything, and the guys at the police department won't get mad at me.
Yeah, you want to keep them on your good side.
Yes, exactly.
Also, I was wondering, what themes do you like to carry out through your Bachelor Bodyguard series?
I think that, it's been trust, I think, is one of the big things, because when this series started, we had the reformed criminals were, helping. He was actually helping the police, but, everybody thought he was going back to his life of crime. So, it was an issue where nobody trusted him, and, earning that trust. And in this, this book is Megan learning to trust herself. She was believing what people were saying, Gage's intentions were, and she wasn't trusting her own feelings. So as much as, learning to trust somebody else, it's more about maybe even learning to trust herself. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do that theme, and I always family. I always have family theme in my books.
Is family important to you?
Yes, I am the youngest of 7, so
Wow.
yeah.
My mom was the
Yep, have
youngest
a
of
big
6, so I got that.
yeah, the family dynamics are so fun, and it's so fun to write about.
Do you have a big family?
Yeah, I mean, I'm the youngest of 7, and then I have 2 daughters and 2 stepsons. So, yeah, get my own bigger family, bigger extended family.
Keeps the holidays busy and entertaining.
Yes, it does.
It seems like your books have plenty of drama, action, and romance. What is your writing process like in creating all these twists and plots?
Oh, I like fast pace. So to just keep things going, have kind of some of the plot twist in there of not knowing always who the bad guy or who the good guy is fun, and just not knowing what's going to happen the minute they step out the door somewhere. Are they going to get run off the road or shot at, or just the edge of your seat suspense going is really, it's fun, and it's fun to write because it's fast paced, so
Yeah.
it moves too.
Oh, great. Can you tell us what's next in the Bachelor Bodyguard series?
After this book, the next one is Nikki's story. So Nikki Queen gets her own story. Her brothers have all split up the agency, so each brother is going to have his own, franchise of the Pain Protection Agency. So she goes with Cooper, who hires all ex-Marines for his division of the Bodyguard series. So we've got a lot of alpha males and Nikki all working together. So it's a lot of fun.
Good luck to Nikki.
Yep.
She'll need it.
She handled her brothers, so she can handle these guys, even though they're even bigger and more macho. So it's fun to run. Yeah.
Oh, great. In September, you're releasing Hot Seduction, part of the Hot Shot Hero series. What can you tell us about the next book?
Oh, Hot Seduction is, I always say my favorite of every one is the one I was working on, but I love this book because Cody Mallahan, in the first 2 books, he was giving his hotshot firefighter friends such a hard time for falling for these women, and he was trying to steal them, and he was, so it's so fun that he gets his romance, and, he gets a little his cocky edge knocked off, from all the thing he's given his teammates, the hotshot teammates. They give a little back, and it's a lot of fun. And of course, there's the element of danger with the arsonist still running loose in that series. So this one is probably the most with the arsonist in it, and just it's being for Cody being such a fun-loving, kind of superficial hero. You really get to know him. It's the most emotional, really, of the book. So it was a lot of fun to write. It was one of the books that was kind of a surprise. As I was writing it, I was learning more and more about this character. And it's like, wow. So a lot of fun to write.
Wow, that sounds awesome. That must be a great part about writing, is that you get to learn more about the character without even realizing it.
Yes. Yeah, it was like, oh, okay, well, that's surprising that he feels that way. It was kind of the clown that's, got more, the class clown always has more going on. So, yeah, it was fun to write him and kind of find out what was underneath his surface.
Well, speaking of writing, I know that you've been wanting to be a writer since you could first form sentences. Has there been any other careers that you thought about pursuing from a young age?
I was always writing for
Yeah.
me. I, never really considered anything else, but it was also like, where I was from, I didn't know any writers. I never met any writers, so it seemed like such a lofty goal that just couldn't be achieved. So I was going to, college to be an accountant, and wound up doing insurance. So I'm a licensed insurance agent too. But it was kind of always like, okay, gotta have a day job and
Yeah.
something. So, but yeah, writing was always my passion, though.
Well, how do you find time to do both?
I just work part-time at the insurance agency, to write, and don't need much sleep, so that works out good.
Oh, perfect.
Yes.
Oh, you're not much of a night person?
No, I am a night person for writing, so
Oh,
that's
okay.
usually when I do my best.
Oh,
The people
perfect
who get
then.
up at 4 or 5 a.m. to write, I don't, I give them a lot of respect. I'm not awake enough to start plotting then.
Neither am I, if that makes you feel any better. I'll hit the snooze buttons 5 times before I wake up.
Yep, me too. Me too.
So I know that you've written so many books. Do you happen to know the exact number of books?
Um, I've written so many, but I've written ones that will never see the light of day, so I can't really count those. The ones that I was trying to get published, and they're buried in a filing cabinet on old hard drives, and I don't even want to think about those. But as the published books, Hot Seduction, I think, would be the 53rd. So next month, the 53rd. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Also, do you have any books in your nightstand right now?
Oh, I'm switching to Kindle, so I have more space. So I've just been downloading, and I just downloaded. Gosh, I can't think of it. Lady Susan. I just read Lady Susan. It's going to be a movie. I can't think of who's going to be in the movie, so I saw that. So I downloaded the book to read.
Lady Susan, I'll have to check that out. I love doing the books before movies.
Yeah, I can't remember when the movie's coming out or who's playing it, but it was like, oh, I want to read it before, and that was a lot of fun because it was the letters and letters going back and forth. So it was a neat style of writing too. To read it going, book that was told entirely in letters going back and forth between these people. So that was really neat.
Did you get a chance to read The Girl on the Train? Because that's going to be a movie in November.
Oh, I haven't yet. No.
Oh, you have to. Definitely highly recommend it.
Yeah, I downloaded Breakfast at Tiffany's too, because I started that because I'm like chapter in because I want to reread that. I want to reread some of the classics.
Yeah.
Yeah, haven't had time to do that lately, so with all my deadlines, so wanted to read some of those. And of course, I always am, always reading Nora Roberts, and it's probably my favorite author. So.
Oh, I like her too. Do you have any writing plans for the rest of the summer?
Writing plans?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a book due on the 24th, so got to get that done, and then a couple more in this Bodyguard series after that. So, yeah, we'll be busy writing.
Do you ever go outside to type a little bit, or do you kind of just work inside?
Sometimes I go outside. It just depends on how sunny it is. It's hard to see the screen. But yeah, a lot of times, we have a condo, and I like to take it out on the deck if it's not too sunny, and then you can look at the lake and write. It's a lot of fun.
Oh, that sounds perfect. And we have one more question. What do you have to look forward to next that is coming?
Have to look forward to next that's coming is
I'm sorry, what do you have to look forward to next that is coming out? Like, what do we have to?
Oh, okay. Well, Nikki's story is not till March. So wait a little while for that, but I'm really excited for that because I've gotten a lot of letters from readers asking me stories coming out. I think, in January is when Hot Pursuit is coming out, the last in the Hot Shot Hero series. So I'm really excited about that because Braden's story was he's the superintendent for the Hot Shot. So it was a lot of fun to write his story. He started off first book going through a nasty divorce, so it's fun to give him his, he got bruised a little bit. His ego got bruised, and then in one book I had drunk women trying to rip off his clothes, and a male exotic dancer. So he's been through a lot these last.
He's been through the ringer.
Yes, so I'm very excited he will get his, his own romance. So that'll be fun.
Good for him. I think we're all looking forward to it.
Yep.
Well, thank you so much, Lisa. Unfortunately, we've run out of time, but don't forget to go out and pick up a copy of the newest Bachelor Bodyguard book, Beauty and the Bodyguard. Thank you again, Lisa, and I hope you have a great day, and thank you, everybody.
Thanks for having me.
Bye.